Greetings, everybody. I'm Amy Holmes, filling in for Steve Malzberg, who's off today. Joining me now is Edward Luce, columnist and commentator for the Financial Times. Great to have you on today. Thank you for joining us, Ed.
Thanks, Amy. It's my pleasure.
So we have you on because we want to talk about a column that you've written on Hillary's emails. It is being read all over Washington, and you go into great detail about the issues at stake for Hillary. I want you to take a quick listen to Hillary answering questions about her emails to ABC News and possibly apologizing. I'm not sure. Take a listen.
Did you make a mistake?
I did. As I said, it was allowed, and there was no hiding it. It was totally above board. Everybody in the government I communicated with, and that was a lot of people, knew I was using a personal email. But I'm sorry that it has raised all of these questions. I do take responsibility for having made what is clearly not the best.
Now, Ed, you write in your column that Hillary's apology, the one we heard just now, isn't going to work. Why? Why do you say that?
I think that she doesn't have control over the way the story goes from here. As you know, the FBI has possession of her home server through which all these emails were routed. And there are 31,000 deleted emails on there, and she doesn't have control over whether they're able to uncover them all and what the content is and whether they leak them. As you know, there's a history of antagonism dating back to the 90s between the FBI and the Clinton family, and so they can't be very confident that that's not going to go wrong. Second, there are all sorts of other inquiries going on to the emails that Hillary did hand over to the State Department as to whether there was classified information. If there is highly classified, if there are more top secret, as they categorized emails amongst that trove, then again, this could be very problematic for her. But I think the big problem would be if her general campaign, quite apart from the emails, that the general tenor of her campaign doesn't step up. I think if she'd been running a really good campaign, and she'd been spontaneous, and she'd been interactive, and she'd got good poll numbers, then the email thing would be containable. But I don't think it goes well with a campaign that's tanking anyway.
Right. I mean, if she were a more talented politician, maybe a little bit more like her husband, maybe this wouldn't be hurting her as much as it is. In that ABC interview in the clip that we just played, you hear her saying, look, everybody knew that I was emailing from a private email address, presumably the White House and everybody on down. Doesn't she sort of have a point?
She does, although, when I receive emails from people, I just see the name. I don't actually look at the email address, and I don't bother to. I just see the name. And there's no reason why, if you're in government and you receive an email from Hillary, you would need to be checking out whether it's coming from a private account or her government account, because it's just her name that will crop up. So I'm not sure that works 100%. But look, I'm sure that there isn't some ghastly sort of conspiracy smoking gun here. I don't think that's the problem. I think the problem is the way Hillary manages scandals. She makes them worse by appearing to be hiding stuff when there isn't necessarily that much that she's hiding. It's been 6 months almost since it was revealed that she kept this private email and private server. And she could have declared, she could have got on top of the story and preempted all of this by coming clean early on and apologizing for her mistake early on. And I think if she had, everything else would have been way more manageable. It's more about her and how she manages things and the sort of defensive crouch that she instinctively gets into that makes her, in a way, her own worst enemy, not the FBI, not the New York Times.
Right, and Ed, as you point out, she actually has two problems here. There's the legal issue and the ongoing investigation by the FBI and apparently 50 staffers who are sifting through all of these emails, and then the political problem and the fact that, even as you describe, her polling numbers are nosediving. So very quickly before we go, at least on the second matter, politically, yes or no, can Hillary pull herself out of it?
I think she probably can, although, a lot will ride on whether the Vice President, Joe Biden, throws his hat into the ring. And that's a 50-50 choice right now. I mean, he hasn't made his mind up.
Well, we will see what happens. Always exciting. Thanks so much, Ed Luce, for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
This Wednesday night, immediately following the CNN debate, Newsmax is hosting a post-debate special featuring Ed Berliner, J.D. Hayworth, and Steve Malzberg. We'll bring you all the highlights from the debate with full analysis from our expert panel of Dick Morris and John Zogby. We'll also be joined by special guests Dr. Ben Carson and Michael Reagan live from the debate, so make sure you tune in Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern only on Newsmax TV. And immediately following the debate, Newsmax will be conducting an instant poll, and we want you, Newsmax viewers, to weigh in, judge who you feel the winner was. All you need to do is sign up right now at newsmax.com/judge. This will enter you as a debate judge, and results will be shared live on our broadcast. Sign up right now at newsmax.com/judge.